Hello and welcome to Extreme Gameplays, where I play games stylishly. Today I'm back with another streamer. This intro is necessary because this live stream is gonna stay as a video when it's done. So it's just for people who wanna watch it, you know, after it's done. Alright, I'm just setting up the stream. I'm gonna pull up to the chat in a second. Should be over in a second. Am I right? Just gonna share it to Twitter and I'm gonna come and interact with y'all. For anyone who just joined in, check out the rules in the description for the challenge run. My connection is somewhat bad, but hey, it's better than nothing. Tweet. God of War. Damn, what a long title. Chains of Olympus. No upgrade ROM Plus. Alright. 24 people already. Welcome. Let me just see. First of all, tell me how is my audio when compared to the game. Is it too high? Is it too low? Hello Zesty. Hello God of War. Plains of Columbus. Let's go. Yeah. My favorite God of War game. I have huge respect for this game. Yo Zesty. Welcome Spartan G. And welcome Carl. Called your dad. Hello, welcome everybody. Okay, it's gonna be on very hard, just like any other challenge run that we do. Which I'm gonna have something to talk about when it comes to the hardest difficulty. First of all, now just just type 1 in the chat if my audio is good compared to the game. Type 2 if it's bad, and tell me what am I supposed to do? Because I have the audio on the lowest, and I can't hear it. So you tell me how it is. Now with these guys, jump and do this. Pretty easy stuff. In here, the grab detection. See that? Kratos yanks an enemy miles away. So there's the first thing that I felt like talking about. One. Okay, so it's good. It's good compared to the game, right? All right, let's go. Boom. You can do this launcher like God of War 1's launcher. You know, square, square, triangle, and then hold triangle. It's very good. Hello, make the music a little low. It is the lowest. If it's still loud, okay. So everybody's saying 1. Turn it up a little bit. I'm seeing mixed stuff about this, so I don't know. Anyways, let me teach you something real quick. God, this game looks so beautiful on PS3. I forgot. I did my first no upgrade run on my PSP. There's something in this game that you're gonna have to get used to, and I'm kind of surprised there's this many enemies on the screen. Holding triangle and then jumping kind of cancels the whole ascension kind of animation where Kratos ascends with the enemy. So that's just gonna be very important later on when we meet other characters. And Kratos, same thing like on the ground. Kratos yanks enemies even if they're far. Like, see, look at this guy. I'm gonna do this, and Kratos just catches him even if he's far. God of War 1 has one hell of a reach for everything. Actually, it's not just the grabs. Trust me, it is so useful. Like, look how long the blades reach. I mean, that's a given with every other God of War, but damn, is just so extreme in here, and I just love it, honestly. Boom, boom. Come here. Bam. I love this game so much now, honestly. Ever since I did that no upgrade 1 plus, I love it more than Ghost of Sparta. God likes this game very much. He likes it more than Ascension. For good reasons, honestly. The encounters are good. The enemy patterns are really, really good. So, I don't know. It's just very creative, I guess. Yes, it ditched the entirety of the collision system. But then again, this is not made by Santa Monica, so let's excuse it. Why not? Come here. Boom. Did you see that? Kratos just grabs him from afar. And it's lovely. Who's left? Boom. Boom. Kratos almost Orion harpooned him back there. Trust me, the reach in this game is amazing. The grab detection is awesome. Chains of Olympus is mid? Hell no. I used to think that. I used to have it in my at the bottom of the list. How are you, bro? Thank you, man. I'm doing fine. I used to think it was bad, but no, actually. Ever since I did the no upgrade run, you really come to appreciate this game whenever you do a no upgrade run. That evade was very poor, but hey, that's all I can offer for now. I'm kind of stupid when I talk and play. I'm sometimes good at teaching shit, but not every time. So anyways, I'm dead. I'm not somehow. We got him down. What's all the button combination? I think it's triangle again. No, it's X. This really is reminiscent to God of War 1's first Hydra QTE, and I love it. Honestly, for our first time on a handheld, this game is it's just so well made. Bro, the jump scare gave him nightmares when I was a child. Not for me. I never really had that. I love this shit. Can you not grab them in triangle like how it is in God of War 1? Grab them in triangle? No, there is no option select in this game. Which can be sad, but hey. I mean, God of War Ghost of Sparta has the tackle, which gives you options. You can either hit him or hit him harder or throw him. But then again, in Ghost of Sparta, they didn't know how to really make the collision system work, just like God of War 1, 2. They didn't scale. They weren't even decent, actually. The numbers of colliding two enemies wasn't really that big of a thing. It's not a priority like God of War 1 and 2. The PSP games are prequel to the first two games. I know. It goes Ascension, Chains, God of War 1, God of War Ghost of Sparta, God of War 2, God of War 3, and then we have 2018 on Ragnarok. Which game you guys think is harder, God of War 1 or Chains of Olympus? Oh, harder? God of War 1. Which actually today I was recording God of War 2 for my commentary. Oh, I thought I launched them. Bang! That reach, man, I love it. I was recording God of War 2 for my commentary today, and man, that game slapped me. Like, after all this time, you would think that I would get better at playing it. And yes, I am much better since I started with everything, basically. But still, the game is difficult. Oh, you can cancel plumes this good? Hold on. Yo, is that war in God of War? Welcome to the stream, Mid. First of all, congrats for being on YouTube for a year. Felt like congratulating you again. Also, yes, this is war in God of War. Bro, when will next top 5 will come? I had seen your all top 5 at least 7 times. Dang, son. Okay, so plume is... Okay, so it's just like God of War 1. You can cancel the plume at any moment, which is a blessing. Top 5s. I was thinking about making a top 5 for Ragnarok yesterday. Top 5 moments in Ragnarok. But I canceled it because I didn't have time. I was like... I was trying to work from 6 p.m. to at least 1 a.m. on a top 5. A usual 7 hours work, nothing special. But then I kept procrastinating the thing, and I kept, getting more busy with other stuff. Until I realized it was kind of too late to start the process of making a whole ass entire video. And then I decided to edit the no damage video with kind of more enthusiasm, I guess, while doing so. I haven't edited that video in nearly a week, and I was like, let's just edit some more of it. And you guys are not ready for it. It's gonna be very funny. Thanks, brother. Anytime, brother. But about the subject of the whole brother. I watched a video yesterday. I forgot the name because I'm an idiot. I don't know. It was about I think it was about Mimir, where he is not just a comic relief. He just, basically the importance of Mimir. And I loved that video. And how he, evolved Kratos and stuff. And how the moment they met in God of War 4, which is one hell of a moment, Mimir says he's the smartest man alive, and Kratos just puts him in his place by just simply asking him a question that he knows nothing about. I love that dynamic. At the time, I never really, realized it. I can do it zesty style. Ooh, I'll make that top 5 for you. Honestly, I wish you guys made more top 5s. No one makes them for some reason. Captain used to do top 10s and stuff. But hey, I mean, Mid, you do have a top 15 soundtrack medley. Medley, I forgot how to pronounce it. And that is one hell of a video, man. The guy not only ranked his favorite shit, he also kind of mixed them together. And you know how much I love music in these old games. Old gamas! Now with this guy, you want to evade, of course. I don't need to tell you this. Boom. Later on, we'll get introduced to more enemies that have way better gimmicks than these starting ones. But the start of God of War Chains of Olympus is surprisingly good. Like, instantly, you're fighting 2 bosses in the first, like, what, 5 minutes? Other than that, you know, of course, the starting encounters are not that much of an importance, you know. They're just there to set the standard of what you're up against. They're not really creative and stuff. This game still needs to calm down, and by calm down, I mean after we beat Basilisk, I think is what's his fuck. After we beat that is when the game really calms down, and then is when the game really shines. Just like any other God of War. When it comes to encounters, that's what I'm talking about. Other than that, you know, the start of every God of War, we all know how crazy it can get. I have a top 5 in mind, but this one I can make for you. It'll be fun for me. Hold on, I'm gonna have to read that again. You mean like make it for me, for my channel, or how? Is it gonna be a top 5s by me? That part I don't get. By the way, let me just tell y'all something which is great. I'm sure if you've seen my top 5 health bars, you would know. Notice how my the HUD is kind of getting bloodier the more you hit enemies. This is specific for Chains of Olympus. No other God of War did that, and I love the details so much. And this is the funniest QTE. This goes down as the #1 in the top 5 button mashing. Look at this. Boom! Just fucking hits him with a chest that has gold in it. I could have said golden chest, but that would have been, I don't know, whatever. Boom, boom, bam. Infinite magic, that's good. Ifrit. What a nice AoE attack magic. Hit him with one of these. Does he have 68 wipes? No, man, no. Not on Valentine's Day. With all the virgins in the chat. Come on. There's gonna be something else that I'm gonna slowly start introducing to this whole thing. To this run, basically. And it's canceling air attacks with block. It's gonna look a little something like this. Without block canceling, you can't get 3 air triangles in. So there's that. It's gonna be much more useful later on, so you'll see. Alright. Boom. I love the flow of this game, honestly. I can't believe I used to have it at the bottom of my list. But then again, that was a time where I didn't do challenge runs. Like when you do challenge runs, you really start getting into the in and outs of a game. Mechanically, at least. Boom. The grabs in this game, honestly, the grabs are the best. I wouldn't say the grabs. I would say the grab detection is the best. Man literally just snatches an enemy miles away. I love it. Revisiting DMC1 made me appreciate that game even more. Put it in the level of DMC 3 and 5. It's a very fun game, but for me, these past couple of days I've been revisiting Devil May Cry 3, but with a twist. And it's a no upgrade run plus on Devil May Cry 3. There's also another twist with that challenge, and is that I'm not doing it on Dante Must Die. You see, that game does not have a rhyme or reason with its highest difficulty. Not like God of War, at least. You know, with God of War you have the highest difficulty because, you know, collisions scale with how powerful the enemies are. Like the more powerful the enemy, the better the collision, right? Like it has substance at least. With Devil May Cry, the enemies become spongier, I guess. They don't die fast, and they have the DT stuff, so they just it's pretty basic highest difficulty stuff. The enemies take long to kill. They kill you easily with 2 or 3 hits. And they're tanky. It's just basic difficulty stuff in DMC3. It does have smart systems integrated into it, you know, where you can you can balance it out and actually just, you know, have it more under control on which enemy DTs or which enemy doesn't DT, right? It does have stuff. I'm not saying the DMD is bad. I'm just saying for a challenge run. It's like for the longest I was stuck in mission 2, for fuck's sake. Because it took me long to get used to, you know, your DPS options and stuff. Which is, it's gonna be pretty interesting when I stream it later on. You'll see. Boom. Just a chipping session that is also fun. I think these 2 attacks by the Cyclops are blockable. Let me just see them. This. Oh, so I got it mixed up with Ghost of Sparta. You can block these first 2 attacks in Ghost of Sparta. Boom. Yeah, what was I talking about? I then switched to the very hard difficulty in DMC3, which is what I'm doing right now. I beat Virgil 1 yesterday. I don't know how else it's gonna go. And I'm doing it on my Nintendo Switch, but without the freestyle mode. Like, I'm not doing it with all the, you know, with all the style switching and all weapons at once thing. I want it to be the same as the Xbox One version. I like how in this game in Ghost of Sparta you actually have soldiers you fight beside. Pretty cool. You mean like normal enemies, just like God of War 2? Or just normal soldiers and not undeads? Because God of War 2 did have that as well. Favorite boss from DMC3 aside from Virgil was probably Beowulf. I'm gonna have to beg to differ here. For me, it's Agni and Rudra. It's so fun, man. That fight is so good. And this run taught me to be a tactician in Devil May Cry 3 as well. And as well as something else. What I've learned from God Mode God is to play dirty when the enemy plays dirty, right? That's something I used to never do. Like, you know, before I would be, I know it's gonna sound cringe, but I would play so, you know, with pride and stuff. I would never play dirty per se, except for New Game Plus, which is just mindless New Game Plus fun, right? What I learned from God Mode God is that when you're handicapped, when you're doing a challenge and it's your first time, maybe you're just experimenting and stuff, or even later on, if an enemy is annoying, be annoying. That's literally all you have to do. You know, with the whole boundary exploits and stuff, I used to never do that. Now I actually do it since it's a challenge run and I have to, you know, this is the hand that I'm given. I have to kind of work with it. I mean, you have soldiers that fight on your side. Oh. Right. Actually, we never had that. In Ghost of Sparta, it actually is better, you know? In Ghost of Sparta on the ship, they actually have a lot of health. They don't die with, like, simply you grabbing them or whatever. The MC4 is not my favorite, but Kratos is one hell of a boss. It is one of the best bosses. You know, there was that period on my channel. Not a period, you know, just a couple of days where I would just upload Kratos boss fights, and man, it's so good. Back when I used to play the MC4 a lot, you know, I used to go for style and all that, which I still do to some extent. Come on. I never really, I would say, treasured Kratos so much because I never liked playing as Nero, but now I actually enjoy playing as Nero even more since I'm all about beating stuff in the most efficient ways, and not just, you know, cancels and stuff. I'm no longer in the cancel culture, okay? Hello, bro. How are you? Welcome. DMC4 kind of sucked by the second half. And on D&D, you actually really get to see how much it sucks playing as Dante. Damn, that jump was unintentional to dodge the arrow, but I did dodge the arrow with it. And by the way, I love how smooth I don't know if I've talked about it before. I love how smooth the blocking is the blocking is in this game. Not just the blocking, actually, a lot of stuff. So, like, look at this. I'm blocking in the air and it gets canceled so fast. It's not heavy. Like, which is something that I'm starting to dislike about God of War 2 the more I play it. And by dislike, I don't mean like it's a bad game. I'm just saying, like, that's a good way, you know, you can climb on that chest and take these guys out. Which I forgot, for a second there, I forgot that this is supposed to be a guide as well. I hope my showcase is also guiding you. It's not just commentary. Anyways, all grabbable enemies, which by the way, look at the bottom right part of the screen. You're gonna see some brutal kills in a second. When you get over 10 hits in Chains of Olympus, you can... And I just missed it. See, like, this hit doesn't... This grab kill did not give me any orbs, right? This one does. This one gives me 10 orbs. Ruthless kill. This system was also in God of War 1, but not in the PS3 port of God of War 1. Look at this. Ruthless kill. Again. Although I didn't get it. I think it's in the air. Oh, I missed the hit counter. Whatever. And it's done. Did Galmo God told you about God of War 1 boundaries? No. The whole boundaries idea, you know, where I did a run hunting for boundaries, that was my idea. Because I noticed how much, you know, boundaries there is in these games. And I was like, fuck it, this really needs a video. And it showed. The game just has a lot of boundary exploits. And it's very good. Yep, I love all the Virgil fights, but I prefer Kratos, one of the best bosses in the genre. It is very good, yes. It's like all so well telegraphed attacks and stuff. What do you look in games? I look for combat design and being the best in combat. You know, basically favoring combat. Combat has to flow good. The encounters have to be paced out well. Enemies have to have stuff, you know. And yeah, mostly just action games, of course. I mean, you are saying what do you look in games. So action and stuff, and skippable cutscenes, please, and no walkie-talkies is what I look for. The only soft spot I have, or not soft spot, I don't know how they call them, but the only time where I excuse, or not excuse, it's just that I'm good with it, you know, is God of War 4 and God of War Ragnarok. These are the only two games that I excuse walkie-talkies on. Otherwise, I just don't play it. But these two, you know, they're special to me. I have a huge passion for them. Which I hope doesn't seem lost for how much I shit on Ragnarok from time to time. Trust me, it's all coming from a place of love. I want the game to be better. It's just, that's literally it. Like, I still get comments on the review that I did for Ragnarok about people saying, you fucking hate the game and stuff. And no. I love the game for what it is. I hate some stuff that it did wrong. That's literally it. If I wasn't so passionate about it, I wouldn't make a review that feels like a retrospective. I wouldn't pour all this energy into it. You gotta do the Nikata Avocado 360 No Scope Sussy Gussy God of War challenge. I will one day. You know, God of War mukbangs. Zeus! Your son has returned. And I forgot what comes after. Jump and hold on, let me demonstrate it better. So usually attack in here, right? When this guy goes for the fire attack, you want to jump and do 3 triangle attacks in the air like this. And cancel them with a block. Not 3 actually, something I think I got 4 back there. Oh no! No, you ain't killing my ass! Which room is your favorite in the Temple of Helios? I can't really pinpoint an exact favorite room, you know? I'm bad with this, you can be better. The thing that this monster throws the fireballs to where you're running and not to where you are. So you can kind of exploit that if you're good enough, but I'm not good enough. I'm not him. Ragnarok is unplayable for the amount of walkie-talkies. True! True as hell. I can't wait for New Game Plus, honestly. I've been saying this for months, I know. Actually, this is a boss. I don't know if it acts like God of War 1 or 2, where you're, or even 3, where your magic and HP is completely rebuilt after you beat a boss. That's why I don't know if I should use magic or not. Probably going to. Which, by the way, I don't know why this boss doesn't have a health bar. I mean, that Persian. Take my woman, my gold. I don't know what else he says. That guy does have a health bar. Even this guy, this basilisk that we're fighting right now, when it first appeared, it had a health bar. I don't know why it doesn't have it here. What games do you like other than DMC and God of War? I like Bayonetta. I like the Batman Arkham series. I like FromSoft games. I like Resident Evil games. And by Resident Evil, there's two stuff that I should clarify here. I love both the survival horror and Resident Evil 4. I feel the need of separating the two. Come here. Get your ass over here. This is gonna be so satisfying. Just shuts the hole and it's good. Yo, Gone Hunter, welcome. Here's where the game starts introducing new enemies, creative encounters, just like everything else. And I feel like I have to explain it for other God of Wars as well, and for the people watching right now. Every God of War game has that one spot where it calms down, you know, you just beat something big. And that section is usually where the game truly kicks off. Like in God of War 1, you have after you beat the Hydra, you get introduced to the most creative encounters ever, right? You know, you slowly get introduced to the Minotaur, to the Cyclops, to the Gorgons, the more and more creative encounters. I love it so much. You know, when you visit Athens, after you beat the Hydra, that's when the game officially kicks off. Although, you know, the start of God of War 1, when I say this, I don't mean, you know, the start of these games are nothing that special. Quite the opposite. I'm just saying, you know, when the game mechanically kicks off, is that section. Combat design God of War series is not the greatest because you really need to just do square somewhere else than on the enemy. Only the last triangle attack has to land on the enemy. I mean, how is that a bad thing? And that, by the way, that statement is wrong. By the way, I forgot to demonstrate what you do against this guy. It's pretty clear. You can grab him and infinite Orion harpoons. I'm gonna demonstrate it again on another enemy. What you're talking about is not something bad. It's just about positioning. It's an art form that, you know, people have learned ever since God of War 1. And I don't know what's wrong with that. Wait, why am I rushing? I shouldn't be. By the way, in here, enemies attack off screen. Which I can excuse since it is the first game they made. Jump, triangle, air grab. Pretty easy stuff. Just like that. Did you change the invisible color of your Bugatti? Nah, it's still invisible. Boom. Sweet how you can grab these fellas. Later on, when we unlock the shield, is where the thing really gets even better. This game, I mean, by the thing, I mean this game. Yeah, what you're talking about, you know, is just something that the game teaches you. You know, you position yourself from afar so that you don't get too close. The game is not a sword-to-sword battle. It's not like Devil May Cry where you're fighting head-on and just hitting the enemy non-stop. Rush to these guys with the arrows first, which is something I didn't do like an idiot. But you want to take them out mainly because they get annoying. Just jump, triangle, and then grab them. That's basically what you want to do against them. Orion harpoon. If you can, hold on, let me just. Boom. Yes, you can infinitely do this until one of them dies like this. See, that grab detection is crazy in this game. And the enemies stay up in the air. It's like they wait for you to snatch them off the air. It's so good. Yeah, what was I talking about? What is your favorite wake-up shenanigans in God of War 1? Favorite wake-up shenanigan? None of them. They're just hard. I can't really pinpoint a favorite one. Alright. I was talking about something, which by the way, if you're really looking for a favorite, I guess the Satyrs, because they wake up with a kick and it damages you, so there's that. God of War 2. The game starts off mainly with weaklings that you fight and stuff. I'm not talking about the game not being hype when you start. Please understand, I'm talking about creativity in the encounters. That thing usually kicks off after the Pegasus section, which is a long time, but hey, it usually kicks off then. Like then you get introduced to Minotaurs and Gorgons and what have you. Against these guys, square, triangle, and hold on. Square, hold triangle, and then circle. And again. By the way, when you get her down, aim the analog towards her. Which is something I feel like I should explain. I'm gonna fight another one just to demonstrate the best ways again. Do I shut this down? I think another Gorgon is gonna be able to make it, right? I need another Gorgon. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Square, hold triangle, boom. Circle. Square, hold triangle. Circle. You need to loop her. This is what I meant by why I like Chains of Olympus. It's like the enemies have patterns that you learn. And from there on it just gets easier and fun. You know. Let's not grab this thing right now. I think I got hit back there. I'm not sure. I think I did. It's like, yeah, in God of War 2, when you get to Typhon's place, Typhon lair or whatever, that's when the game officially kickstarts with creative encounters and fun stuff non-stop here and there, you know. With God of War 3 is the same thing. You start off hype and all that, but when it comes to combat encounters, it's not as creative as the Underworld. The Underworld is the best level. It just keeps on giving. It introduces the Forge, the Cuck, as I'd like to call it. No, let's get real. It introduces a lot of creative enemies. You know, the boss that you fight in there, Hades, is mechanically deep. Not like Poseidon, where he just have huge wind-up attacks. The encounters are all so creative, and you have ring outs and you have stuff in here and there. Even the section after with the city of Olympia, it has even more ring outs and more creative stuff. It is just so good. Get rid of this guy. And yeah, God of War Ascension is the same thing. Like the village of Cura, you know, after you beat Megara at the start. Like that's where the game officially starts. You know, with the creativity of encounters. Actually, let's just take this. I know we're not that low, but I feel the need of taking it. What else do we have? I don't know. Even God of War 4 followed the same formula. It started off, you know, slow here and there, and it did even give a troll. Then you fight Baldur, and then the game officially starts with the creativity. That's the thing. It's a formula that I feel like they always follow. They start stupid, and then they get more personal with the encounters and stuff. With this guy, just chain him with square triangle and block when you have to block. Right now we don't have the shield, so we can't really... And he caught me. You can't really put him in a loop that you're supposed to put him in. When we get the shield, it's not just about parrying. It's also about, you know, enemy stun. I thought I evaded it. I don't remember saber-tooth tiger in Greek myth. This is the saber-tooth? I don't know what I called them in my walkthrough back then, if you guys recall it. I called them the little wolf from Ice Age, which I guess is what you mean with that magic was for nothing. And he's down. Are you playing this on PS5? No, this is on PS3. The controller is the PS5 controller, so there's that. Try square triangle, square triangle. Now, it is way too risky. He might attack sometimes, and you don't want that to happen. Even though the plume is pretty cancelable in here, it's pretty good, actually. It's just like God of War 1. You can cancel it at any point of the animation, see? Even right as it's about to hit the ground, you can cancel it. It's good. But I still don't advise it. Have you played Resident Evil 6? Yes. As a kid, I have played it, but I can't recall a lot of stuff. I recall it, of course, playing it and shit, but I didn't like it for how much action it had in it. Like, it's Resident Evil 4, but 10 times crazier and worse. It is a fun game, but it's not for me, I guess. Let's go. So yeah, today I was recording God of War 2 for the commentary that's about to drop, which I don't know if it's a good practice to drop 2 videos at the exact same time. I don't know, because you know I'm gonna have to drop the commentary and the non-commentary version of that, which is something I learned from another YouTuber that goes by Karsi Nogin. He does the same thing. He does run coverage, and he just has commentary versions and non-commentary versions. Although when he does it, he has a second channel that is specific for the no commentaries. What I'm doing is I'm releasing both videos on the same channel, which can be bad. Anyway, square. Oh, hold up. Square, hold triangle, boom. The usual. It works against the other variation, you know, where you get the Gorgons later. Works against them as well, so there's that. This kill animation is so satisfying. Boom. Just mainly how he sticks the blades to the Gorgon is beautiful. Hey Zesty, okay, stop spamming, please. Can you make Iceberg Part 3? I should make it, but I will not make it. Since, you know, it's gonna look really bad. Okay, what is this? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 of an iceberg video? Especially now that there is an iceberg video that covers literally everything. At the time, I didn't know I was starting off with the huge, you know, production videos, and my channel was, I guess, fresh for the time. So I didn't know really what to include in the iceberg. I was aware that I was missing a lot of stuff, but then again, I feel like it's good, you know? Iceberg Part 1 and 2, they're enough. There are some stuff missing, especially now with Ragnarok dropping. But I don't really have the commitment for that. Chainsaw Olympus is kind of dragging. How? It's a shorter game than God of War 1 and 2. Hell, it's even shorter than Ghost of Sparta. I think it's the shortest God of War game. How short is this? It's 5'9". It's a short king. I am Zesty's agent. I know all his answers to any question. Correct. It's one of the best video games ever made. Chains of Olympus. It is. Now when we have satyrs, what I'm gonna try to do is demonstrate this strat. Launch them, jump. This is what you want to do against these guys. Infinitely grab them in the air. And then when you get to the ground, you can just spam circle as well. Or you can jump in the air and approach them with air triangle and then grab them in the air. And then infinite Orion harpoons. See how he was floating like ahead of me just to get grabbed? I love this fucking game. There you are. I love the grab detection. My god, is it good. How you cut the scenes? So the great thing about the PSP games, one of the many great things, is that they allow you to skip cutscenes. Like, the thing is, you just have to finish the game once, then you can skip the cutscenes. Which is exactly what I was doing now. I have beaten this game before, that's why I'm able to skip cutscenes. Damn, what kind of cutie was that? QTE. Gameplay wise, this game is the worst, but the story actually kind of slaps. Actually, I'm gonna disagree with that as well. I used to think the gameplay is lacking as well, but when I got deep into it with the no upgrade run, it is a very interesting game. In my opinion, much more interesting than Ghost of Sparta, because Ghost of Sparta has a lot of color coding, and you know how much I hate color coding. It's like, you know, the thing where you have to only beat the enemies with Thera's Bane. I fucking hate that. It's fine to have that mechanic, but at least have some other stuff that can knock away the armored enemies. Why not? Chains of Olympus handles it well. Like, there are some enemies with shields. The game doesn't force the gauntlet of Zeus, for example. It just allows you to destroy it with the Blades Plume, or just overall attacks. Objectively true take. Hunter x Hunter has one of the best magic systems in fantasy? I haven't watched it. And if it has games, I haven't played it. Wonder if Santa Monica was aware of collisions being butchered in 3 and prequel games. I mean, it's not that it wasn't a mistake why it was butchered in God of War 3. They intentionally did that. The whole butchering of the collision scaling system is not something that was done by accident. It was planned because... Come here. It was planned because of that one attack where Kratos runs with the enemy. The battering ram. Because, you know, it would be powerful to... You would destroy literally everyone if collisions kept on scaling with that move. It would be stupid. Hold on, let me just... Alright. Yeah, it wasn't just an accidental thing. Like, someone in the combat team meant to do that. You know, especially when there were like 50 other billion ways that you could fix it. It was stupid that they butchered the thing. You know what, let's hit him with this. Since we have magic and we can use it, why not? Although I think it was a bad idea to use the magic, you know? Zesty, you need a mod? I mean, do I? Every now and then someone does come in and start spamming like stupid, but I do a pretty good job at sending him to the nether realm, don't I? Can this guy die? Man, this air triangle into grab is good. The perfect alternative would be holding triangle on the ground like this and then canceling it with a jump. You don't do the whole pursue thing. You know, this one where Kratos slowly rises up. No need to do that. You just cancel it with a jump. Do you like funk music? I can't tell exactly which category that is. If you want my full thoughts on, like, maybe what's my favorite genre, it's of course hip-hop. You would know if you have watched my videos, especially old videos. Like, I would do a walkthrough and I would... It's silly, but I would suddenly start rapping for no reason. Be rabbit up in this bitch. Alright, it's done. What's your opinion on the MCU? I don't know, man. When you're talking about Chains of Olympus, it's the only God of War game that don't have rage. Yeah, but what is a rage mode? Perhaps BR should not scale like collisions in previous games, but other stuff like OS and OH should be the same. There were a lot of ways they could have avoided, you know, ripping apart the collision system, you know? They just never tried. There was that one suggestion by God Mode God where he said they could have done something. So the hits, you know, where Kratos hits the enemy would be 5. You know, when you're running with the enemy, it would be just 5 damage for every hit. But the last throw would do 25 damage, a half collision basically. But they didn't even try to do anything. There were other ways as well, of course, and it's just that make collisions not scale for this specific grab, and it's the battering ram. Now these guys, square and then circle. It's basically just like this. If your square attack connects, you can grab them no matter where they are. It's like, look at how far this one's gonna be and I'm gonna grab it, look. Bitch, stop. And it's dead. Anyways, you just want to do square to hit them first and then circle. Chain them up pretty fast. It's like basically snatching them from where they are. Sorry. Zesty, do you know why L1X attack removed in this game? I mean, it's a handheld game. Don't expect billions of stuff. I always dreamed of Hades to steal the soul of Kratos in God of War 3, or at least a skin. You dreamed of that? You maniac. Would you say Kratos is a misunderstood and massively underrated character? Okay, so we're coming back to the whole God of War 3 argument of, you know, why he turned into a rageful monster. The other day I watched another video where he was he wasn't trying to sympathize with Kratos in God of War 3. He was just trying to shed light on what could be, I guess. He was talking, which by the way is something else. Another video which I saw yesterday about. I shared it in a community post. You know, about the whole music and how it tells a story. And the commentator said something about how his revenge turned into bloodlust. And that kind of gave me a new perspective for God of War 3 Kratos. The most insane human being ever. And it's just lust for blood. It's literally just, I don't know, like I wish someone diagnosed him with the thing as well. It's like, it's official, the man has turned insane. It used to be revenge against Zeus, but in that revenge, it all turned into bloodlust. Which kinda, I don't want to say, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't, like, satisfy me with everything, like, I don't know how to describe it. You know Poseidon's princess in God of War 3 where Kratos kills her for absolutely no reason in the most horrifying way, and he just looks at her and he just kinda seems like he's enjoying it? That's exactly what I'm trying to get to here. It's literally just bloodlust. The rage that he had turned into bloodlust. And I don't know how else to go with this thing. Then again, you look at him and he's just an asshole in God of War 3, which is another argument. Which to me, it has been this way for a couple of months now. But after seeing that soundtrack video and how the soundtrack discusses Kratos being just done and I will kill them all and stuff, kind of gives you a good perspective on why it's not justified, okay? It's not justified to... Hold on, let me just adjust the mic. It's not completely justified, like, you know, yeah, him killing Poseidon that way was justifiable. No, not that. Trust me. In here you can infinitely air grab since the elevator keeps going down and you're in the air, so thank me later. It's not justified. Trust me when I say this. I'm not saying it's completely justified to what he did to Poseidon, what he did to his princess, what he did to Helios, Hermes. Oh God, I'm not saying that it's justified. It just gives you a perspective. And if you dig, you know, deep enough, you might, you know, find it justifiable. Like, he was a good guy, right, in God of War 3? But then in God of War 2, he's somewhat of a maniac, but not completely. In God of War 3 is where it's the last straw and everything is just stupid with the character. He just wants to kill. He's a villain. You're basically playing as a villain. And I don't know. It is a lustful nature, I guess. And now we get introduced to this fight with some of the best music slapping in the background. Boom, and then go to town with him. He goes to town with me, by the way. And when we get the shield, we can find some pretty good patterns against this guy. Right now, currently, it's nothing that special. You can break. You see, like, it's good that you can break his shield with the blades. It doesn't tell you, hey, you have to kind of use the gauntlet of Zeus. It's good. It's not Zesty stream without God of War 3 Kratos justification. Look, some people bring it up. I have to discuss it. And it's different this time. This time around, it's actually some stuff that we have to talk about. And it's, the man just turned his rage into lust for blood, which is a thing that happens for most people, I guess, in fiction. It didn't happen to me, you fucking morons. Zesty turns into a villain out of nowhere. How are you today? Thank you, man. I'm doing fine. No, he wasn't a good guy in God of War 3. I'm not saying he was. He never will be a good guy, no matter how much you look at it in God of War 3. It's just that, you know, his turning into an idiot where he just kills everyone. Again, I'm not trying to say it's justifiable. It's just, you can see where he's coming from, I guess. You are a destroyer, like me. Not gonna lie, the face theme and reusing God of War 2 music kind of breaks the immersion. Does it? But it's God of War 2 music, I can't complain. Exactly. And this game, I'm gonna be real, it reuses the music beautifully. Watching Hristo Zimna's Spain Plus run made me realize that. Even he pointed out at some point. They use the music beautifully. You know, when they use the glory of Sparta, you know where your homie Zesty be at. Here we get this thing, which is good. It's a good thing. It's a thing that we get, and it's good. Zesty, who would you cast as Kratos in the God of War series? I mean, Batista have looked pretty good from what I've seen. Now, why do I say the shield is a good thing even though we can't parry with it or whatever? It's because of enemy stun. A little something called enemy stun. Hold on, let me just do something right. That's one. Come here. I love the gameplay loop, honestly, of God of War Chains of Olympus. I used to hate it and think it was lackluster, but it kind of even is to some extent, but not fully. It's actually a really fun combat loop. Yeah, the shield is good for enemy stun. You know, when you perfect block an attack by an enemy, they kind of stumble backwards, and you're gonna see it with more bigger enemies later on. This and couple that with the whole parrying thing, or returning projectile. God of War 2 is better than 3. I just came to realize that. For me, story-wise, yes, 2 is better than 3. But combat, the thing I care most about, God of War 3 takes it, which is still weird. For a while, when I just started getting into challenge runs, I used to say God of War 2 has the best combat in the entire series, which is still a valid point. But I later, you know, played God of War 3 more, and I realized 3 just has the better encounters overall. God of War 2 does have the best encounter, which is the Loom Chamber at the end. But overall, when you compile all the encounters, God of War 3 takes it for me. It has a lot of really creative encounters. And of course, I have discussed my love for the Bow of Apollo, the items basically, the item system completely. I love the battering ram. I love the enemy grabs. You know, you grab an enemy and it has its uses other than orbs and killing him efficiently. Like you grab any Gorgon in that game and you freeze everyone around. You grab a Cerberus and you can control them. Not any Cerberus, but you know. You have Cyclopses that you can control. It's just so good. I love the gameplay loop. And you have Chimera. What more can I ask for? It's like... Sorry. It's like fighting 3 enemies in one. I got hit back there like an idiot. Blocking in the air is very smooth in this game. You don't even feel it as it happens. Now I'm gonna demonstrate the punish against this guy. See that? Boom. And he stumbles backwards. And I love it. Boom. See? This only happens with the parry. This chain that I'm doing right now. This chain of Olympus that I'm doing right now. You can instantly cancel out of it and just start doing your full combo. I don't know why I ended with square back there. Like you should end it with triangle when you see him stumble twice. Or you know, sidestep twice, I guess. Let me just see if I can do it. Oh, you know what? Come here. I feel like I should really grab him since it would have gone fishy if I died back there. Die! This game is vibrant and beautiful. I fucking love it. Oh, here's another one. Let's try it on him. And then chain square. And he grabs him out of it. He just got away. You need to kind of block him, and you kind of have to put him next to a wall to kind of stop him from moving around so much. Chain square. If he hops again, triangle at the end. Let me just showcase it one more time. Boom. If he hops again, make sure to chain up until you finish it. Otherwise, you need to cancel to a block. Like this. See, he hopped twice back there. That's why I finished the combo. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to finish it. You would get slapped out of it. Oh, no, 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 no. Man, he still reaches. And this perfect block is going to be very useful later on against Charon. Ron, as I'd like to call him. Ron is very fun. It really turns into a dance. It feels like fighting Sigrun. He has a pattern for his attacks. It's very, very fun. I can't wait to showcase it. Both with the blades and with the... Come on. Both with the blades and the Gauntlet of Zeus. Is there another enemy? Oh. I'm surprised he's not attacking, because enemies usually attack off-screen in here. And it's especially a problem in Ghost of Sparta where you have Kyrus Wraiths. Those can do the uppercut. But then again, you have to... You can strategize enough and just get them off-screen so that you don't lose sight of them. So yeah. Soon may the Wonderman come to bring you sugar and tea and come one day when the tonguing is done. Why did Athena turn on Kratos and try to trick him when all the games before God of War 3 she kinda was the only god that cared about him? She somehow got corrupted or something? Look, God of War 3 really did change a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure they never planned for this whole, like in God of War 2 when they killed her. I'm like 90% sure they never planned for the whole Athena is evil thing. God of War 3 just changed a lot of stuff. It's like they came up with stuff while they were going with the game. Which is weird when you see God of War 2 and you know, the whole Corey impact that it had. Corey usually plans out these things. It's like, for example, the fear of Zeus or whatever, you know, the retcon that happened. Which I never paid much attention to until Midgard Chronicler brought it up in his video. I think it was what was the worst retcon, and he mentioned it. The gods were always evil. The whole thing with Pandora's box made the gods evil is just nothing but bullshit, I guess. They had to just incorporate the box of Pandora again. That's why they retconned a lot of stuff. When will you go back to playing stylishly? I mean, when you're doing a challenge run, you can't really play stylishly. I still try to make things look elegant and beautiful, but this is a challenge run. You're handicapped. You can't really play stylishly. It's like even Devil May Cry 3. I'm playing Devil May Cry 3 with strategy and stuff, you know. Like there are some rooms that take minutes just because I'm mashing the ebony and ivory against some enemy that is off screen. You have to strategize in challenge runs. You can't really go all out. Which challenge runs is just something. Challenge running is just something that I favor over normal walkthroughs nowadays. And God, can I talk about how much I love cutscene skipping in this game? Like other God of Wars don't give you the option to skip cutscenes. They do, like God of War 2 allows you to skip cutscenes, but only in New Game Plus. Ascension does allow you to skip cutscenes as well, but not every cutscene, which sucks. Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta do it the best. You just finish the game once and then you can skip any cutscene. It also has the whole subtitles thing. You can press square to bring up the subtitles. Weeaboos be going to Japan just to say, where are the subtitles? The power of hope is more like the power of friendship. Yes. Although, I don't know where I've read before, but there was a comment that I've read once saying, hope is actually the strongest thing in Greek mythos, so beats me. Zesty, does Midgard hate God of War 3? Ask the man himself. I'm pretty sure he hates the story. He has told me before that it's one hell of a god-killing simulator. But other than that, he hates the story, rightfully so. Because all the retcons and the stupid ideas thrown around. Like, I doubt even Gaia betraying Kratos was a thing that was planned out. Some stuff you just don't do, I guess. Which Gaia betraying Kratos was a good thing to kind of make him go completely batshit, crazy, stupid bitch shit. Where, hey, I'm gonna kill everyone. Gaia killing him really was the nail in the coffin. He's like, fuck it. Literally fuck it. Guy walking on the wall with me? Fuck him. Skull fucks him. Gaia was the last straw. He was like, really? Even Gaia. It's like, what more can a man take? I will explore your cave of Olympus. Where did this come from? How did we get here? No, it was BS in my opinion. The guy, I think? Actually, was it BS? I mean, I always think about stuff when I play God of War 3. And I ask myself, like, was this planned, really? I'm a gameplay geek. I'm a gameplay guy, but I still think about the story sometimes and the stuff that happened in it. Stuff need to make sense. Higher existence gods? What, like, hello? Expand on it, please? No? Okay. Athena is evil. What else? Gaia betraying Kratos. The whole fear concept. You know, with Zeus turning into this fearful bitch. Can we all agree that Sindri deserves a game for himself? Actually, I watched a John Ford video the other day and he was talking about Sindri seeking revenge against Atreus. Which is wow! Way to get me hooked. How do you know? How do you know? There are consequences to saying the N-word. Is God of War Chains of Olympus before 1? Because how he breathing? It is before God of War 1. It is exactly before God of War 1. Because there's another game before Chains of Olympus and it's God of War Ascension. Things you hate about God of War 2. I hate some encounters. And I hate how heavy the game is sometimes. Anyways, with this guy, you can either chip him to death with this from afar. Whoa, 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 that reaches. I always forget how fucking deadly the Minotaur is in this fucking game. Let's wait for him till he rushes towards me, you know? Yes. Or you can be up close and personal and dodge his headbutts like this. Although I'm doing a pretty bad job at doing that. God of War 2 can be very, I don't know, very blocky and heavy from time to time. And on the opposite, it can be very fucking smooth, and I can't describe a single game more smooth than that. It's weird. Like, for example, air blocking. Kratos drops and he lets go of his block because of how fucking heavy he is, I guess. Man, I'm destroying this Minotaur. Boom. You done? Boom. You done? Okay, please be done. Get your ass down! Yeah, and God of War 2, what else do I hate? Actually, that's it. Other than that, perfect game. I guess I'm not gonna have a huge, you know, gripe with the whole cutscene skipping. Since I don't have a problem with it now, it's very short. Ragnarok taught me patience, let me tell you. And I say Ragnarok and not God of War 4 because I never got into God of War 4 when there were no cutscene skips. Ooh, boobs! Skip! Typhoon theme though? Was it playing here or was it just... Is it something that you say that I hate about God of War 2? Because I don't hate it. What else do I hate about God of War 2? I guess I wouldn't say hate, but I don't really like the Pegasus section so much. It's like, it's not the worst thing in the universe. But I much prefer a short and sweet section like God of War 3's Icarus Wings section. Especially when considering the Pegasus section being done twice. Like, why, dog? It's not that long, but the fact that it happens twice is a lot. You're a good player. Senior God of War 3 no upgrade video. Thank you, man. I hope it helped with some stuff. the God of War 2 run that I'm doing right now doesn't have the most optimal approaches. I do try to go with the best thing given. But hey, God of War 2 is fucking hard. Something that gets me talking right now. God of War 2 is the hardest God of War. Okay, let's not go that crazy, but it is legit one of the hardest God of Wars. Like, you can't not give it that. 1 and 2 actually. Since old games used to occupy players' time with how difficult they were, God of War 1 and 2 really are difficult. I dislike how Plume loses its launch balance properties on most enemies in 2. By that, I think you just mean how heavier enemies are. Which I get it, you know, a lot of enemies were bounceable in God of War 1 and not in God of War 2. Like the Satyrs, like the Minotaur, like the Gorgons, like nearly every enemy, right? That's what you mean. So it's not just the Plume, it's overall the... Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, it's square. What a weak-ass magic attack. Although it is good that you can kind of cancel your... Actually, I haven't found a lot of uses for it. I don't know. I might be stupid. God of War 2 is the hardest. Yeah, but then you have Ascension, I guess? Assumption? God of War Ascension is also hard. I don't know if it's really fun. It is fun, and I can beat it easily, you know. But... And it's short, it's not that long, but I guess I had to find something that I didn't like about God of War 2. What else do I not like? There should be more stuff. Hold on, can we ring out enemies here? I don't think we can. We can't ring out enemies. What else I dislike about God of War 2? This speaks volume on how fucking good the game is. The fact that I can't point out what I hate about it. Boom. Is Golden Fleece from God of War 2 and Royal Guard the same? No, they're not the same. It's a whole different system in Devil May Cry. God of War 2 is a masterpiece. Yes, it is. There are reasons why I put it on the high pedestal it has right now. Although God of War 1 is slowly might be taking up that spot. Like, I have God of War 2 as my second favorite right now, but God of War 1 is my third favorite. And I don't know if it's just a matter of time until God of War 1 takes its spot. It's just, God of War 1 is just... It has a lot of encounters back to back, which is the same for God of War 2. Not to disrespect the game. I freaking love God of War 2, you know that. But it's just God of War 1 with its redirection of Orion's Harpoon, with the encounters. I don't know. Like, every encounter in God of War 1 is good. It's actually crazy. Every encounter in God of War 1 is good. Even the one that I hate, where the ground moves. Just how fucking creative can an encounter be to be that? It's like, how creative is that shit? I know there is just a lot of harpies in it. I know the Clone War is also bad. But I have a guilty pleasure, I guess. Okay, that's cringe. I don't know. I have something that I love about the Clone War. It's a special type of fun, as Haristos likes to say. It is poorly designed, but... Okay, see right here? Square and then grab. It's very beautiful. Actually, it looks like you're snatching enemies from Ascension. I never really thought about that until I saw it in a Haristos video. He said it really is the equivalent of just pressing R1 in Ascension. Look, it's like you're snatching them towards you. Which, by the way, in here, if you keep on doing this strat, you're just... Red orbs just start raining on top of you. Look at the lower right part of the screen. 10 orbs after 10 orbs. This while not counting the amount of orbs that are actually coming out of the birdies right now. I think we even reached 100 hits. We're gonna reach it. See why I love Chains of Olympus? Just has encounters, and the moment you find weak points in the encounters, you can instantly abuse stuff and just learn the enemy patterns and what goes against what enemy, what works, what doesn't work. It's not something that prevalent in Ghost of Sparta. It is so prevalent in God of War 1, 2, 3 though. And that's what I love in combats nowadays. It's something in Devil May Cry 3 as well. I'm slowly discovering more and more things in Devil May Cry 3 that I didn't know. Enemy weaknesses, just stuff overall. I fucking love it now. This is what challenge runs do to you. I did exactly this. Oh, nice. You're officially a challenge runner now. Story-wise, the clones in God of War is an excellent plot device. Oh yes, it is beautiful, especially the secret death scene where they all pile up on you and kill you. It's great. What's harder, DMC3 or God of War 1? I'm gonna go with God of War 1 since DMC3. But let me just, and this is a big but, let me tell you. If you disable items and not use items at all, which is what I'm doing in my no upgrade 1 plus, because come on, what challenge is that if you accept items? If you don't allow item usage, Devil May Cry 3 is one of the hardest games of all time. Literally one of the hardest games of all time. But since you have holy waters and stars that heal your HP and stuff that heal your DT, I don't know why. God of War 1 for me is the hardest clone part, but DMC3 DMD new game is hell. And I learned the hard way actually. It is hella hard when you do it new game. I'm not talking about the whole, like, I'm not talking about DMD in New Game Plus. I'm talking about just new game DMD. Now let me tell you a punish for this guy, and it's basically the same thing we've learned so far. This. See? It's just overall faster how you parry him and stuff. I guess this is better. Just cancel into another square triangle like this. And he's down. Goofy ass kill. I'm not even grabbing his ass. And now we have just a long puzzle, which is, hey, I really appreciate that the enemy stress they stay consistent in the series. Knowing that a harpy dies from a circle or the satyr grab and using it in other games is very satisfying. And the thing is, when you get deeper into combat designs and stuff, you love these things even more. It's very fun. A fresh DMD run on 3 is pretty brutal. Oh my god, yes. And as I said, I learned the freaking hard way. I still like don't know if I should continue on doing my no upgrade 1 plus on very hard. I'm pretty sure I will, like, you know, finish the game at least on very hard. But I don't know if it's gonna be the norm on what I do with no upgrade runs in DMC3. Pretty sure there will be a time where I just switch to DMD, which is much harder. But then again, it's harder just because it's so basic. Like, it's simple. You know, in God of War you switch to a harder difficulty since collision scale, right? In DMC3 it's kind of harder. It's not just that. It's just that enemies are tankier. They damage you pretty well. And they take forever to die. So I don't know if I should really try to make DMD the norm. But I'm pretty sure I should do that since the bosses gain new moves and stuff. You know, enemy aggro is increased as well. So I'm pretty sure I will change it to DMD, but for now, I'm still a casual at that game. It also rekindled my love for Devil May Cry 3, this challenge that I was doing. I haven't played DMC3 in a long, hot minute. Zesty, before you end the stream, shows your face at the... What is it with my face? What's on my face? If you want to test your sanity, do a Ninja Gaiden 2 Master Ninja run without upgrades and info. Fuck no. Good conversations and some rosé wine. Ninja Gaiden is brutal, let me tell you. Not brutal as in a first walkthrough brutal. Like, I didn't have much, you know, trouble in my first walkthrough of Ninja Gaiden 1, which is the only Ninja Gaiden that I've played. I have Ninja Gaiden 2, but I just don't find a lot of interest to go and play it right now. I'm sure one day it's gonna be there. But Ninja Gaiden 1, it's been brutal. Although, you know, I might really prefer Ninja Gaiden 2 in the future. Ninja Gaiden 1 has these spots where you play as the chick. I don't know what, I forgot the girl's name. I really hate these sections. And I've heard from someone else that these got added in the new ports for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Like, the original ports did not have it. And I want to strangle the guy who just called for that action. Like, why? DMD no upgrades is hella fun, apart from when there is only one enemy left. Yeah, Bobby. Welcome to the stream, Bobby. DMDC, it can be hella fun. I did discuss it near the start of the stream where I said you can really just strategize and you can decide which enemy gets the DT and stuff. There is that. There's a lot of stuff a lot of substance that goes into it. I just need to learn to do it on very hard first. Then I switch to the DMD mode. Haristos! Ninja Gaiden 2. Oh, that's girlies. Definitely necessary. Or do you actually mean Ninja Gaiden 2? This man with his abbreviations, man. God of War Ragnarok hype was waste of time. Blame it on the devs, not on me, please. I swear to God. You know when I promised y'all content about Ragnarok before it dropped? I swear, it's not that I dropped it for nothing and stuff. Like, I still had the passion to do the shit, but I never realized how hard it would hit me to not have cutscene skipping and New Game Plus. I never thought it would hit that hard. It is what it is, man. One day I might come back to it and just do a lot of stuff. I haven't played it in a while. Like, in a while. It's been over a month since I've opened Ragnarok. I just don't find it in me to go ahead and play it. But let's move on. Let's not... It's kind of annoying how much I bitch about Ragnarok, so let's just kind of change the subject here. The NG girls are in both Sigma games, 1 and 2. What? Ninja Gaiden Black and 2 don't have these gals. Just for clarification. Who greenlit that thing? I thought Ninja Gaiden 2 doesn't have the thing where you play as that girl. That shit is annoying, right? I'm streaming. Anytime. I think they didn't see it now. I'm certain that you were my friend. I actually prefer God of War 2018. Ooh. You know, I might visit 2018 one day. Again. Just, damn, the air leniency. Damn, he can stand on this. I might revisit God of War 2018 in any one of these days just to see the combat pacing. Just to see if I prefer playing it over Ragnarok, at least for now. I can't judge anything right now. With the unskippable cutscenes of Ragnarok and the shit ton of Atreus sections and walkie-talkies, I don't know how fun it's gonna be to go through Ragnarok again, to replay it. That's what I don't know. I will not know until I get New Game Plus and play for at least a month. Just to grind the best armor and have my manual saves just overall in the game. Just to get comfortable with it like God of War 4, and then I can maybe decide. But honestly, let's just talk about something else, which is the bad news that I just heard about Ninja Gaiden. I didn't know you play as the girl in Ninja Gaiden 2 as well. What a bummer. Have you played DMC4? Yes. I haven't played Vanilla Ninja Gaiden 2. Maybe one day. I mean, you have a PS2, don't you? I feel like if you have RPC X2, I think it's on PC, you can have a lot of fun with Ninja Gaiden. Nah, Orion Harpoon faster. Or actually, let me just showcase something else in here, and it's the boundary. You can come over here, not climb. Do this. Not that, hold up. Oh my god, this guy's armor. You can do this. Okay, let me use the easier boundary just for you guys. You can come over here. They follow and they're invisible for some reason until they get closer. They stop right here. You do this, turn around again, and grab them again. Pretty basic stuff. Although these archers are dangerous, but I'm gonna deal with them in just a second. And by just a second, I mean right now. That's one. Get your ass up. That's two. Would you say NG3 sucked so bad? Ninja Gaiden 3? I've heard the amount of hate it gets, but I haven't played it. I can't really form an opinion on it unless I play it, and I still haven't done so. So there's that. Can't quite give you an opinion right now. Even on Ninja Gaiden 2, I haven't played it yet, so there's that. God of War 3 is the best in the franchise, but God of War 2 is my favorite. I mean, I usually have the best in the franchise as my favorite as well, which is God of War 3. But I see why you have 2 as your favorite. It's a good game. Really solid game. Get your ace. My god, this is dangerous. Hold on, what do I do? This guy down. Tango down. Tango down. And another tango down. Who is stronger, Dante or Kratos? Whoever the writer decides. The guy who writes the fight, he decides which one is stronger. Other than that, they're both criminally strong. So you can never really know. Which, by the way, the other day I found out Seth the programmer's is a fucking what? Degenerate, I guess. That's an understatement. A guy who used to do the scaling of anime characters. You would never expect a guy like that to be a pedophile or whatever. You never know until you see some guy getting exposed. It's very fucking weird. It's not like I watched his videos crazily or anything, you know, where I would always watch his videos. But it's just so random. And I saw the fucking memes, you know, people with the memes, of course. Everyone's saying EDP passed the torch. And I'm like, fuck off. My god, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Square, hold, triangle, boom. And again, I have to emphasize, hold the left analog towards the Gorgon you're fighting to really get the fastest of the animations. Guys, I have a question. Can I play God of War games in PS4 or I have to buy PS3? You can play, if you're talking about the old God of Wars, you can play God of War 3 on the PS4. You can even stream all of these God of Wars on PS4, but I don't know. I hate streaming services. Especially the one with PlayStation Plus. Even if it's still out there, I don't know. Zesty, you need to play Asura's Wrath on your channel. Nah, I think I'm good. That's just a video that you just interact with. It's not a game. Combat is not good. It's just not. Oh my god. If God of War 1 had the improved combat of 2, it would be the best one in my opinion. Yes, but God of War 1 has its own unique combat as well. It has one of the worst. Look at this beautiful scenery. Man, look at this. This is a PSP game. Let's move on. It has its own combat system. Unique combat system, I guess. Why God of War 3 can't be played in a phone? I mean, in a far future maybe you can, but right now with the technology, no. Yeah, God of War 1 has its own different combat loop, I guess, compared to God of War 2. Like, you're favoring Orion's Harpoon way more than God of War 2. I don't know. They're both really good. And as I said, it might take over God of War 2 for me one day. I don't know if it's just a matter of time, though. Oh, I thought I had grabs. Asura's Wrath glorified movie. Even more disposable than God of... Fuck me! Anyways, on walls, just use square attacks. Boom. They down. Yeah, Asura's Wrath is... That's a nice jump scare, by the way, Chains of Olympus. Got any more, I'm dead. Asura's Wrath is nothing but a glorified movie, as Zim is saying. I even saw a video about it. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's the title is Asura's Wrath. What happened? It's a channel that does these things, but I can't quite recall the name right now because I'm an idiot. But there's that. Zesty, have you played Bayonetta 3? I've heard mixed feelings about it. So have I. And I haven't played Bayonetta 3 yet, no. Bayonetta 2 I have played it, but 3... I'm contemplating buying it, but... I don't know. I'm trying to not waste a lot of money since I need money now for some stuff. Ew, this guy has a life! You're a gamer, you don't shower, shut the fuck up. Now for real, I need money and I'm not wasting it. I'm trying to save money as much as I can. The only money that I'm gonna be spending on money anytime soon would be on Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm hella hyped for that game. By the way, in here we have these Gorgons, and the same thing works for them as well. Look at their shadow. It looks like a penis. No, I'm just seeing things. I'm sorry. Thought I found something there, but no. Which of series is better, God of War or DMC in your opinion? God of War is definitely better. I have always preferred God of War. No! Okay. No, you don't. Ooh, that cancels her out of her thing as well. Her beam. Boom. So it has to have a remake that's also soft reboot. You're talking about Resident Evil 4? I'm sorry. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 remake with also a soft reboot. Is it a soft reboot? How is it a soft reboot? It's the same camera angle and it's just a remake, I guess. Let me just take the chest to be safe. This guy approaches. Punish him. Actually, let me just showcase somewhere else where you can punish these fellas without the jump scare of a Cyclops. And it's gonna be right here. Actually, it's a place where you can punish the Cyclops as well. You come up over here. Boom. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Boom. You might want to dodge that attack. You don't want to get hit. Yes. It's a pretty safe spot where you can take out the Cyclops. For the guy who said it's annoying, and it's not annoying, I think he said it's bad because you're always attacking away and only the triangle is hitting the enemy. This is why this is a good thing. It teaches you positioning when you're facing your enemy. It's like, look, right now I have to go away and come back. And that's a thing that this teaches you to play a lot of games as well. It's like in my DMC3 no upgrade run plus that I'm doing right now. Of course, I didn't know about the DPS options, which is the pause attack at the ground with Rebellion, which is something I didn't know. When I learned about it, I learned, facing away from enemies, dodging enemies barely with my attacks. It's a thing that teaches you a lot of stuff. Hey Zez, do you prefer PS2 controller adapter for PS3 or PS3 controller? I mean, isn't the PS3 a better controller? What's the difference, actually? If you're talking racing games, actually, if you're talking God of War, there is no difference. The analogs are the same, the shoulder buttons are the same, the triggers are not the same. In PS3, they are triggers, but then again, in God of War, you don't really need triggers. And I don't want to waste magic here. Although I don't know why I don't want to waste magic here. Are you playing on PS3? Ooh, I shouldn't have read that. That was a death comment right there that I shouldn't have read. Yes, this is on PS3. What's the hardest DMC3 boss? Surprisingly, after I found an exploit for the Cerberus, it's no longer the Cerberus. It is literally just the last Virgil fight on DMD. That fucking thing is brutal, even though it can be easy with Royal Guard after you perfect the thing. Which is something that I've merely done, I guess. I don't know. The Cerberus is pretty hard. Let me just focus. Okay. Zesty, where are you from? Why? Why do you want to know? How do you know? I was blocking! I blocked! What's your least favorite game? Now come on, I can't give you that. There's a lot of bad games out there. If you're talking least favorite God of War, I guess right now it goes to God of War Ghost of Sparta. I guess. Which is a weird choice. Ghost of Sparta is one hell of a game. By the way, you can even punish this fool right here. Like this. Just keep on turning around back to him and do this. Well deserved. There are consequences to saying the N-word. I didn't say the N-word. I was just reading the... whatever. Actually, this is a perfect time to capitalize on something else. Boom. The audience can't watch forever. Alright. You got this, Zesty? It's pretty easy. I just fucked up back there. Or I guess, come on, we can always blame the game. I was blocking, and I ran into the whole thing where when you drop down from the air while blocking, you get attacked for some reason. Which is, hey, awareness, I guess. I'm aware of that now. Can you do God of War 1 Hermes Rush only? I can, but I won't. Actually, thinking about it right now, I can't do that. God of War 1 has a lot of hard encounters. This guy jumping. That was a tactical retreat. I love how you can really jump cancel that whole ascension move. I don't know what its name is. It's a lift. It has a lift, but I forgot it. Zesty, can you speak Hindi or understand Hindi? No, I can't. This guy! Let me deal with him safely, honestly. Yo! Look at this! See why Chains of Olympus is the best God of War game of all time? That grab detection is stupid, and I love it. You are blocking? Didn't know this is God of War 2. Actually, you know, this whole dropping from the air is a problem prevalent in a lot of God of War games. Like I have been slapped before in God of War 1 while dropping from the air with blocking. But I'm pretty sure it's a much smaller window in God of War 1. Like in God of War 2, it's a massive window where you're just not blocking. You're vulnerable to attacks. Most of the time you get hit. Most of the time you parry. But it's a large window in God of War 2. God of War 3, I have never been attacked while doing that. Let's just see this reach, man. It's beautiful. Look at this. Look. That's what I'm talking about, baby! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! Air block gets kicked on landing. God of War 2 is the most known case. For the longest, I thought it was only God of War 2, but I have had it happen to me in God of War 1 as well, but it's not as prevalent as God of War 2, I guess. As I said, the window is not as big. And I just learned that in Chains of Olympus there's that as well. And I just got done complimenting the game for being so, I guess, smooth with its blocking in the air. Because you don't even feel it happening, look. It's so smooth. It's a tragedy that this air grab is the same. And by the way, let's just give Chains of Olympus extra points for more stuff. So other than the enemy patterns being so well and stuff, just like God of War 1 and whatever, any other God of War, there's also the God of War 1 property of the evade, where, you know, after you evade you hit triangle, and Kratos doesn't do this slow version, he does this fast version. There's also the canceling of this, and like this, you can hit him, then instantly jump cancel it. What else I can think of? Ooh, canceling air specials with magic. Now that's one of the best things in the world. Chains of Olympus is slowly getting higher in my list, and it's beautiful. What else? We have the Gauntlet of Zeus, which is really good. The more I talk about Chains of Olympus, the more I like it. Oh, the grab detection, of course. I don't know how I forgot about that. There's also the cancellation of Plume. It's just like God of War 1. You can cancel it at any single moment. Just as it's about to hit, you can cancel it then as well. It's great. I used to have Ghost of Sparta over this, but now this game is climbing way higher on my list right now. Also the overall reach of everything, like this. No, not the grab. I meant the attacks, but you get my point. This is saying Chains of Olympus is the best God of War game. It is. It's better than 3. Come on. Y'all should face the truth. It's the best God of War game of all time. Fuck you mean? Kratos is I show speed? Nah. He is I show slow. I have gripes with Chains of Olympus, mainly not allowing you to ring out enemies in most spots where you're supposed to be allowed to do that. But those are minor, I guess. Nothing that big. Also, the boss fights in Chains of Olympus are so good. The hit reactions they have, you know, the gimmicks they go with. Like Charon is very fun. Persephone can be very fun. I don't know. Path to the Loom endurance run is the best fight in the series, but a fight alone cannot surpass a whole game in my eyes. God of War 2 remains a second. Exactly, man. That point you mentioned with the like one fight making a game your favorite. That never happens for me as well. I discussed it earlier on the stream, and it's that while God of War 2 has the best fight, I just prefer God of War 3's encounter as like overall. Just the fact that I have Loom Chamber as my favorite fight doesn't make 2 my favorite game. Or my favorite combat encounter in the series overall. Because I'ma tell you, I can't live without the Bow of Apollo or the Combat Grapple or the Battering Ram. I love these things. Or you know, the grab stuff that God of War 3 has that the others don't. You know, you grab a Gorgon and hello, is it done? You grab a Gorgon and you freeze everyone around. You grab a Cyclops, sorry, and you control him. You have grabbing a Cerberus as well. There's just a lot of really cool stuff. And other than that, I just prefer the encounters. It's like overall, when we're talking like as a whole, God of War 3 has the best encounters in the series for me. You know, the double chimeras, the last gauntlet, the Cerberus fight with the satyrs and stuff. What else? It just has a lot of really cool and creative encounters. Cool encounters. Breathe air. Okay, stop spamming. God of War Betrayal, no upgrade 1+? Yes, sir. You will get it one day. Just be more patient. Now it's gonna be pretty interesting to showcase fighting these guys when there's 2 of them. Let me just take out these birdies first. Taking out these cocks. First up, break his ass. And I already lost the muscle memory against him. Just bring him over here to isolate him. Okay. So parry this, square triangle, and then your whole square thing. That was a pretty bad parry. This is what you want to do. And even when there's 2 of them close by, you can safely just do this thing that I'm doing right here. Because this parry kind of... And I'm dead. You know why I died back there? Because this guy has a shield and I was wailing at his friend. That is a problem. You don't need to do that. You ever played Granny? No, I haven't. The only problem I have with God of War 1 is I hate how Sword of Artemis looks. Weapon aesthetics matter a lot to me. Overall, God of War 1 has a lot of combo potential. I've been playing the hell out of it. And how the enemy gimmicks, I guess, is what I love so much. And how every encounter, you know, gives you a lot of tools. You know, ring out stuff. And honestly, the Blade of Artemis, I don't know how you don't like the looks, but for me, it's very unique. Like, I haven't seen another weapon that looks like it. Just so big and thick. Hey, yo, wait, pause, yo! Somebody stop him! This is what you want to do. You want to fight him out in the open, actually. Don't isolate them. See, like, I'm parrying this guy and it's stunning the guy behind me. That's what I meant back there. Show this other guy some love as well, because you don't want him to pop up a shield. And I'm dead. You don't want any one of these guys to have a shield, because when they have a shield, you slap them and they do their counterattack. Can't exactly recall Barbarian Hammer values for level 1. Max Blaze of Athena, Shallow, T0 and T3 are 13.5 and 27 respectively. That's the max. Imagine working deep hits. Although I don't know the level 1 Blaze of Athena plume damages, because it's kind of good whenever you land that deep hit. I never knew how important deep hits were until I did my Pain Plus run. Like, for real. Kind of slowly made me think that God of War 2 is the most, like, ideal way of doing Pain Plus, I guess. Since even your only tool, which is the Blaze of Chaos, or the Blaze of Athena, or whatever, your only tool that you can use has a lot of stuff, and is that the deep hits and stuff. Like no other God of War has the deep plumes other than God of War 1. But in God of War 1 it's not as straightforward as I'm dead. In God of War 1 it's not as straightforward as God of War 2. Where God of War 2 the enemy has to be big, you have to be close enough, and you just hit him from close up, and you hit him twice with that. Like one plume counts as 2. God of War 1 does have it, but you kind of have to angle yourself kind of sideways when attacking with the plume or the, you know, spirit. Although it is weird when fighting the Pandora Guardian. You almost always get double hits whenever you do a plume or a spirit. I guess it's because he's very big when you fight him. That's why, you know, you get double hits and deep plumes, I suppose. But yeah. Now we have other matters at hand. And it's fighting these two guys. And it's a lot of fun, challenging stuff fighting these guys, by the way. Like learning these guys' patterns after watching Haristo's video, it took its time and I'm dying again, but when you nail it down, it's very good. This time I'm gonna focus and I'm not gonna die in here. God of War is great, but not the GOAT. It has a lot of issues, but I always overlook these issues when I think about the game. It's so good. The presentation is so good. Encounters, nearly all of them are good. And I love how they're paced out as well. Like you have an encounter behind every corner in God of War 1. That's always lovely for me. And it's not that, you know, they always throw shitty encounters back to back. Legit creative encounters and stuff. And I don't know what else. Let me just focus. I hope the music is banging so that I can safely focus without talking and stuff. When I get one of these guys that they grab, I'm not gonna grab them. Since when you're done with the grab, your iframes are gone kind of before you gain control back. So this guy can actually kill you if you're not aware. The timing for the parry in here is good. It's better than the Golden Fleece, which can be good. I didn't know if I would get hit back there or he would hit me. Chains of Olympus is the best video game ever made. It is the best! The GOAT! Come here. You ever played a horror game? Survival horror, yes. I almost said survival horror. Actually, you know, a true horror would be Resident Evil. I almost said true horror. Okay, a true horror experience would be your RE7 as well, which I have played. Same with RE8. And RE4 was very scary to me when I was a kid. The fucking... Was there fuck? The regenerators? Those guys are scary, making them weird ass noises. Big fan, brother. You upload so good content, and you are a pro too. You deserve more subs and views. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Did you ever play RE2 and 3 remake? I have played RE2 remake, but not 3. Which I think I'm gonna change my opinion about remake. You know, it did butcher nearly everything I loved from the original, which, by the way, the original is my favorite Resident Evil. I wouldn't let that slide, except people have been telling me that it's different in a fun way. Like, the amount of difficulties that it has really changed stuff. And I don't know, I might actually buy it one day and play it. I've watched billions of videos where people explain the amount of stuff that were butchered. And that, and you know, a lot of people explain the amount of stuff that are scripted, which is something I don't like in Resident Evil games. I always like having control while playing. It is a thing that could be said about every game that I like playing. It's not just Resident Evil, but hey. You know, whatever, I'm gonna do this again. When I think about some Resident Evil game that takes away control from me a lot, and just gives me set pieces where I hold the analog forward or press a button, I instantly think of Resident Evil 6. That game was filled with these things. And to think Resident Evil 3 a remake of my favorite Resident Evil, has that as well. Shame! Lots and lots of shame. Move away! Now I don't know if I can, if I actually get slapped out of the grab if I stand in the way of the blades. Away! Away! Guys, do you ever have that game where you simply hear about it and you instantly want to play it? Other than God of War, of course. For me, there are set games that I instantly want to play the moment someone like mentions them or something. One amongst them would be Bloodborne. Bloodborne and RE4. These games are games that I, you know, the moment I kind of hear someone talking about them, or I see a video recommended, or someone quotes something from the game, I instantly want to start playing it. Let me just focus here, I don't want to die now. He's done. You have any other channel? No, this is the only channel. RE2 Remake was disappointing in my opinion. Ooh, why is that? It's a pretty solid game. It's in my top 5 Resident Evil games. Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Metal Gear. Elden Ring. Now, the reason I don't like, have you tried Sifu? It's fun as hell. I haven't really played it, and I know it's good, but I haven't. Bloodborne is my favorite FromSoft game. For me, it's Sekiro, but Bloodborne is a very close second. Anyways, Elden Ring, the reason I never really replayed it a lot is because it's not good for replay value, I guess. Anyways, here's a punish. Parry, square, triangle. Parry, square, parry. Just like that, you get him in a loop. With the Gauntlet of Zeus, it's gonna be much better, but hey. Just let him kill you here. Since it's a scripted fight, doesn't matter if you die. He takes you to the underground anyways. Favorite God of War story? Content good, thank you. My favorite God of War story is God of War 1. Who's your favorite superhero? Batman. Batman Skate! If you listen to M of Doom, you would get that reference. He has a song called Baddie Boys, and he disses Batman and Robin. You like God of War Ragnarok? Yes, I like God of War Ragnarok. I hate a lot of stuff about it, but I like the game. And I'm waiting for it to get fixed. I'm not gonna... I haven't played it in the state that it's in right now in years. Okay, maybe not years, come on. But I haven't played it in a while is what I'm trying to say. Alright, 3 Remake was a solid other than scripted Nemesis. And let's talk about Nemi. Why did they instantly just mutate him like that? It's never the point of Nemesis. He's supposed to look humanoid for the majority, I guess, of the time you meet him. Instead, they just fucked him up. Which, by the way, in here there's a boundary and they can't cross it. Okay, come here. Nemesis was always humanoid in the Resident Evil 3, the original one. Except for the end where he turns into a big monster and stuff. Except in the remake, they instantly, you know, mutated him, I guess. And it fucking hurts. He turns into a monster very quick. The weapons in particular are very cool and unique. Love the trick system. The whole... You're talking about Bloodborne? The weapon system is very unique. The weapons, you know, switching and stuff. Having... Like, one weapon switches. And it just makes you want to play with all the weapons, honestly. It's so fun. And again, with this guy, same treatment. Now, Elden Ring, why I never really bothered with replaying it is because it's open world. And open world games just hurt to replay. Shouldn't jump like that nearby. But it is what it is. I replayed Elden Ring like 3 times in 3 months with 100 horses. Very dangerous doing this, you know? I should have done something when I was down there. I'm gonna show you in a second. I should have done this. Oh, here they are. Whatever. Let me demonstrate it again. Boom. And then get up here. And kill this guy. Why are you so good at God of War 3? Years and years of playing. And at the very end, I got introduced to the whole in-depth mechanics of the systems and stuff. And I got even better. I have discussed before that I just feel the most comfortable while playing God of War 3. You know, I'm kind of always in control in that game. It's all about decision making, as you know. And in God of War 3, I'm just so good. R3 remake was bad. I'm gonna have to find out for myself. People say the higher difficulties really not randomized, like it's just that they changed the spots for the enemies, and it's good if that's that. OG R3 was good and they screwed it in the remake. To say that the OG RE3 is... By the way, Resident Evil 3 is also one of the games that when I hear about it, I instantly want to play it. To say that it's good is an understatement. It is the understatement of the century. It's hella good. Remember, hella good. Open up. Big Smoke, it's me. Calm, chill, chill. Eminem used to diss Batman Robin despite being a huge fan. When did he diss them? I don't recall Eminem dissing Robin or Batman. Hell, he plays Robin in the Without Me clip. So what? I don't know. Will you play Dead Space? The remake. Captain Cuba have told me if you ever want a place to start Dead Space, it would be the remake. It's very good. And I've been considering it, but I don't want to pay a lot of money for a lot of stuff. R3 is good, but not that good. Gonna have to find out for myself, man. What I'm gonna try to do here is abuse this boundary right here. Which, hey, Zesty says boundary. Take a sip every time he says so. I love taking all of these guys out with this, you know, the grab detection in this fucking game. Wait for them. Launch his ass. Or maybe don't. Can this guy fucking... Hold up. I think the simple fact that he drops there instantly kills him, right? Hold up. Pretty sure he dies the moment he falls here. Yeah! So this game also has ring outs. Why not? There you go. I love this fucking game, man. Anymore? RE2 remake was much better than R3 remake. RE2 Remake as a whole is a phenomenal game. Anyone who denies that, pull up. Just pull up. Congrats for the 100k in God of War 2 no-hit video. Thank you. What a phenomenal video. Just a movie on my channel. And I'm glad that video will always live on. Unless one day it get hit with a copyright strike. Which I'll re-upload it is. R3. Hey Zesty, what's the best Dragon Ball game for PS4? If you're into fighting games, like legit fighting games that are mechanical fighting games and shit, Dragon Ball Fighters is the best thing. It's like the mechanics are so good, the whole 3v3 fights. If you're into just casual fun, which still does present its challenges, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is, I think, the best Dragon Ball Z game ever. What a fucking game. I perfectly advise Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Xenoverse 2, yes. So there you go. Is the Glory of Sparta playing here? I think it is. Damn, you can parry that. You can't block it, but you can parry it. So there's that. Playing God of War 2 on very hard, and the differential gap between Titan and God mode is very big. Got some videos I could watch for tips. Videos for tips. Watch Haristo Zimnas. That's what I tell everybody. There's a system that you're gonna actually start loving Titan mode more than God mode. Trust me. There's a system in God of War 2, and is that slamming enemies into each other just does a lot of damage. And that thing gets better and better the harder the difficulty. It's basically the stronger the enemy, but you know, when you increase the difficulty, the enemy gets stronger, right? When the enemy gets stronger, you connect the dots. You can strike enemies into other enemies, collide them both, and you just do huge, massive damage. That's what you want to go for. You'll know what I mean when you visit Haristo Zimna's channel. Or you can watch my live streams. I have streamed God of War 2 without any upgrades, and you'll get a pretty good idea on that. In my opinion, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 is the GOAT. I used to think that as well until I played Infinite World. Infinite World is just better. It removed the shitty Dragon Rush system. I fucking hate the system there. You know, the Dragon Rush system? Now in here you want to of course take out the archers. It's not easy. Spoiler alert. And this guy, if he tries to run towards you, fucking move away. Is dangerous. I have to go eat. Bye. Goodbye. Have fun eating. I'll watch him and subscribe. Oh, you're gonna love his videos. He plays the most optimal way imaginable. Almost got slapped back there. What game are you playing after the after this game? It's gonna be Ghost of Sparta, no upgrade 1+. If I don't die against this guy. Please, Minotaur sir, can you not kill me? Boom. Can I take this? No? I want to really take that chest because I just don't want to die now. I've come so fucking far. He almost slapped the fuck out of me. He just did. I think I'm gonna die. You see, my reflexes with dodging on time sucks because I'm not dodging with the right analog. Because on the PS4 controller and PS5 controller, if you play the Origins collection, God of War, Ghost of Sparta, or Chains of Olympus, like the analog does not go to the maximum extent that it should go, that is designed for these games. Oh fuck, there's another one? Another one. So yeah, that's why kind of dodging with the original moveset is what I'm doing here. Which is fine. I would have finished this game in just today, but I have some stuff to do. Some family business to attend. Otherwise, this game just has like an hour and a half of runtime left. Okay, come on, please. Been slapping him for a hot minute now. There you go. Triangle, circle, boom. Infinite World Story Mode was great and had 3D cutscenes. Other than that, I'm just talking about the fighting mechanics. And it removed the Dragon Rush, and that's the best thing that they have ever done. Other than that, there are other faults that I can point out in the combat system. Not in the combat, mainly in the game actually. And is that it removed the tournament mode, which I loved so much from Budokai 3. I almost said Bayonetta 3. See? You don't want to go there. Can't imagine playing against the Chaos race and no upgrade 1 plus. I mean, you just have to be patient and just deal with the situation. It is very difficult, yes, but not completely impossible. Just requires a lot of patience and strategizing. Did you know Infinite World was the last DBZ game on the PS2? Yes, as the last lineup for the Budokai games. Hey everyone, how is you doing? Thank you, we're doing good. Fortunately, there's 50% off of Dragon Ball FighterZ Xenoverse 2 physical copy PS4 in the local game shop here in Hungary, so I'm buying it, thanks. Anytime, man. The games are really great. Fighters and Xenoverse. Xenoverse is more like an RPG type game, but it's so good. You create your own character and stuff. Billions of moves. So there's that. You should also watch Zesty's combat guide. Oh, by the way, I have a combat guide. Combat guide teaches you the basics such as collision, swing out, petrification, etc. My combat guide literally covers everything. If there's anything that I missed from that video, know that in some way, shape, or form, you will run into it and you will just connect the dots for yourself. Other than that, I did literally include everything in that combat guide. Hence the runtime, 5 hours plus. You can't watch it in one sitting. It's 5 hours long, so there's that. We're about to get the Gauntlet of Zeus, the gauze. We got this long ass key. Remember that Dragon Ball Super never happened. Yeah, it never happened and it never will happen. Put this fold right here. Insert the key to the city. It's an interesting topic that DBZ is still a big thing today. However, the manga and anime are more than 20 years old. It's kind of crazy. That's what you get when you make one of the best animes of all time. Even mangas, actually. It's just sad that Akira Toriyama always wanted it to end, but business is business. I'll watch it in one sitting just for you, baby. Hell nah! Chill! What makes Xenoverse good is the character and combat thing for me. Other than that, the story is boring. Well, I guess the parallel quests, getting moves and stuff, it's so satisfying to get all these things. And you're powerful when you play. It's just a power fantasy. Especially when you finish the game. Hold up. Break the asses, shields. And I'm... Whatever, you know what? Let's restart. Thought I would die with that, but I didn't. You need to break both of them shields. It's better. If you slap one that has the shield on, he will slap you back. These enemies are really nice. I love them. There's a pretty interesting wallpaper that Chains of Olympus has. It's just Kratos stabbing one of this guy and just turning around screaming to another. For the longest, I always thought that was a God of War 2 wallpaper. Today when I was searching for a good wallpaper for the thumbnail, I came to find that these are actually from Chains of Olympus. So this beautiful wallpaper that I used to look at when I was a kid, it was all Chains of Olympus all along. I got hoes. I got hoes. Yeah. I am dead. I can use magic, but why? When I can kill him without magic, why would I use magic? Dragon Ball Z's Akira Toriyama's bread and butter. He loved making Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And I later on, whenever, like right now, notice how the fights are not as emotionally involved as they used to. Exactly. When he used to write them, he would have reasons behind this guy fighting that guy. There's a video on YouTube perfectly demonstrating this. Hey Zesty, have you tried playing modded versions of the God of War games? No. Now we got this. Don't go with the triangle attack. Boom, boom, bam. And I'm dead. Gauss time, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna try to be better this time. Hold up. I learned some stuff about this weapon, and it's that, the evade, like, after the first square attack, you can't instantly evade, but after the second, you oddly can evade. Now, what I'm doing is kind of wrong. You don't want to... Okay, air grabs. You don't want to have a lot of unshieldy boys on the screen. So you want to deal with one of them. Oh my god, this guy sniped my ass. You want to deal with one of them while the others have shields. It's better. Because when these guys don't have shields, it's kind of problematic. But overall, the Gauntlet of Zeus is just so fucking satisfying and good to use. Like, the damage output is beautiful. Although I'm still gonna resort to grabbing. Beep. God of War Chains of Olympus is really underrated. It is really, really underrated. For me, especially now that I know about the combat as much as I know, criminally underrated. Although, you know what? Actually, hold up. I want to just retcon what I just said. It's not underrated. You go around every corner on the internet and you see someone praising it. Like, hey, can't believe this is a handheld game. And I don't know how that makes it underrated. A lot of people are praising it, like, this came out on the PSP, yo, poggers. Come on. It's not underrated. A lot of people, even back then, respected the game for kind of capturing the lightning in a bottle with the other, not the lightning in the bottle. What the fuck am I saying? It just captured the feeling of playing God of War on a handheld, except even better than people expected. It's a big game, nice combat, and the spectacle that a lot of people loved is here. Hey Zesty, how do you grapple the enemies towards you in the God of War games? Grapple enemies towards you? Ooh. In the God of War games? I don't know what exactly is it that you mean. And every God of War game has a different grab option. Not every God of War game, but a lot of them have. They're different. Really? Really, game? Is it every God of War that has a room like this? Okay, this one as well. It's not every God of War. God of War 1 has it, 2, and Chains of Olympus has it. I think Ghost of Sparta has it as well. An encounter where the room just shrinks. Except this one is not an encounter, it's just a wall that you break. On we go. Forgot to mention that characters no longer have development in Dragon Ball. Exactly. There's a lot of stuff wrong. We can't touch on it in one stream. God of War 2 has it too. Yes, God of War 2 does have that sort of encounter. Where the room shrinks. Where's God of War game is better than most high-end mediocre ones? You mean, the worst God of War game is better than most games out there, right? Which it is. The shield guys slowly start creeping up, which is something that I like. Come on. How much longer is the beam trying to go? Up, and we got her in a loop. In a loop. Yes. Off-screen attack is off-screen. The game just wanted to remind me. Up. Snatch her off-screen onto the real world, which is on-screen. Oh, I meant to. Okay, I see why I rolled because I pressed R1, but I wanted to do the Ifrit magic attack, but I didn't do it. Grapple the enemies towards you using the blades, especially in combos in God of War 3. I'm really lost here. What do you mean? Oh, she gets knocked down. Damn, then why was I doing the Orion Harpoon loop? She even gets cancelled from her beam? Damn! I didn't know that. I did experiment with the Gauntlet of Zeus in my no upgrade run, but I didn't do it against these Gorgons. I usually just did the Orion Harpoon loop. I didn't know this fucking thing slaps her out of her snare. Good shit. Isn't the gauze a way better option here? Thank you, Ashley, for mentioning that. It is. By the way, the reason I read your comments so late was because of the chat delay, which is stupid in my streams. Haristos also did mention this. He was like, the moment you get Gauntlet of Zeus, you rarely bother with the Blades of Chaos. So there's that. Boom, boom. This encounter's almost done. I think he's talking about Hyperion Grapple 3. Oh, then L1 and Circle with the Blades of Exile, or with the Blades with the Nemesis Whip. The game does teach you that, I think. If you want to bring enemies into your fist, you can use the Nemean Cestus. So there's that. The Gauntlet of Zeus unlocks almost every enemy. Yeah. The thing is OP. What's the best temple in the God of War series? Every game has a temple. Actually, every game has multiple temples, so I can't tell you which one. Objectively speaking, God of War 1 would be the ideal best game with the best temple. Boom. Since God of War 1, it's a whole ass temple that you stay in for nearly half the game. Half the game, sorry. So of course it takes the spot for the best game, for the best temple, right? Hi, this is the first time I write something in a chat box. You are lucky, because on Extreme Gameplays we read the chat. We like to do that. But you are unlucky because the stream is coming to an end. Guys, man, my neck. Thank you so much for watching the stream. The next episode is probably gonna be the finale of Chains of Olympus No Upgrade 1 Plus. I hope you learned some of the strats. I hope you had fun in the chat. Is this the PS3 version? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Alan. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself watching me play Chains of Olympus. Next episode, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be done with this game. After this game's done, it's gonna be Ghost of Sparta, and after that, just expect Pain Plus runs from all the other God of Wars. With that, we come to the end of the stream. I wish they would remake or at least remaster God of War Ascension. Amazing combat, but a lot of the community hates it. I doubt we will ever get a remaster, but hey, Zesty, do stream more frequent. It's fun hearing you talk. Thank you so much, man. I'm just usually busy with editing videos and stuff, so there's that. Thank you, take care, see you next time. Thank y'all.